This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
This morning, the latest on Nevada's medical marijuana dispensaries. Why did most of Washoe counties end up in Incline Village? Plus, a familiar face to many here in town. Yeah, that's right, he's back. A new job given to him by the governor. Plus, we have the highlights from the State of the State address and what it means moving forward. Those stories top your news right now at 5:31. Friday the 16th. Yeah, State of the State, over $1 billion in spending. We'll get to that story. But first, meteorologist Jeff Martinez.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, huh?
over here, everyone. Yeah, good morning, John and Andy. Happy Friday. It's going to be an okay day today. A few clouds out there. We have a storm system to our north, a few showers in northern California right now. We'll check out the radar coming up. A high today of 56 degrees. Have a good Friday.
All right, Governor Sandoval gave his third State of the State address outlining new priorities over the next 2 years.
And he's proposing a $7.3 billion general fund budget through 2017, and it's focusing on boosting education.
With our spirit of perseverance and courage, we must dare to write the next chapter of the Nevada story.
The governor is proposing to invest an additional $882 million in K-12 education and higher education over the next 2 years. He says he wants to improve literacy, school technology, and improve the battle against bullying. Also ways to improve charter schools through proposed taxes. Democratic Assembly Minority Leader Marilyn Kirkpatrick says lawmakers need to work together to do more for the poor and middle class in this legislative session.
Those are the people that ultimately will make Nevada a better place, or they will continue to be discouraged and disappointed by the hard choices we refuse to make.
Now, the governor's proposals all still have to go through the Nevada legislature before anything is set in stone.
It would raise taxes by $1.1 billion, and the governor's proposal is just the beginning. The state legislature still has to take a look at the plan, but for now it appears Sandoval's plan is something both Republicans and Democrats can agree with. You see it there, both sides cheered throughout the governor's address, especially when it came to modernizing and rebuilding Nevada's education system.
I thought the governor knocked it out of the park. This is bold, transformative education reform. I support his plan. I support his budget. We're going to fund his budget.
I liked a lot of the ideas. A lot of them are ones that we've had discussions on in the past years and really good suggestions that have been vetted. So I think they're ones that are going to be received favorably.
So the governor's proposed budget includes $7.3 billion. That's the budget for general fund spending, $1 billion more than projected revenues. Okay, he's asking to continue the sunset taxes, maybe make them permanent, and change the existing business license fee to increase revenue. Right now, the legislature still has a 120-day session to work out these details.
And one surprise during the State of the State address last night in the audience was ousted Washoe County School Superintendent Pedro Martinez. And during the address, Governor Sandoval announced that Martinez will lead up a new achievement school district for the state. Now, this new district isn't a location specific. It's a special designation to address underperforming schools here in Nevada. And Martinez told us there are many underperforming schools in the Silver State.
One of the things that they really, the governor and the state superintendent really want is they want my best thinking on the best practices, best strategies to help the lowest performing schools.
So how many are there? They say 78, and that list of underperforming schools in Nevada is expected to be released today.
All right, of course, there were a lot of things proposed that would impact the Silver State. Channel 2 will be following the stories and have more information for you in the coming days and months. There's going to be a lot of talk about raising those taxes for sure. All right, let's take a look outside.
How about the weather? Jeff Martinez, hello.
Hi, John and Andy. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. It's going to be a pretty good day today. Mostly to partly cloudy skies. Our temperatures will be in the mid-50s today, so warming things up out there. Have some light showers just north of us. I'll show you in a moment. Traffic moving along well. No accidents to report. I-80 at Pyramid Way there looking good. So keep up the good work. But the winds are very, very strong up in the mountaintops this morning. Slide Mountain at around 8,500 feet. Wind gusted up to 82 miles an hour earlier this morning. Right now they're sustained at around 70 miles an hour. So it'll be be very windy in the higher elevations today, and temperatures are fairly mild. Look at South Lake Tahoe, 43 degrees. Same temperature in Carson City, 43. Minden, colder, 36 for you, and we have 39 in Hawthorne. So out there right now, temperatures are in the 30s. A yellow burn code still in effect, 34 degrees your current temperature, and we'll look for this precipitation to stay north of us for the most part. Northern California getting some showers right now, and all of that will kind of stay north of us, so just cloudy skies for us today. Temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll talk more about that, show you more on the radar and traffic and the 7-day forecast. We'll have it all for you coming up in just a few more minutes. Have a great Friday. Andy and John, back to you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Sparks police have a man in custody accused of sexual assault and kidnapping. It all happened this past Christmas. Police say 19-year-old Travis Brooks coerced a man and a woman who have diminished mental capacities into sexual acts. Investigators tell us that the woman was a roommate of Brooks, and then he allegedly contacted the second victim and coerced him into the apartment under false pretenses. Once there, Brooks allegedly forced both of them into sexual acts, threatening them with physical violence. After it was all over, police say Brooks would not let them leave. He's being held in the Washoe County Jail without bail.
Sparks police also arrested this man, 39-year-old Joshua Quintana, of charges of possessing child pornography. He was caught after an investigation by the Northern Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force and charged with several counts of possessing child porn and the promotion of porn by a minor.
And this morning we have new information in the case of 23-year-old Trent Getty. We first told you last week that Getty was wanted for fatally abusing his 2-month-old infant. Now he's facing first-degree murder charges for the death of his daughter. Last week he was arrested in Sacramento. He has since been extradited back to Douglas County.
We also have a new development on the carjacking story we told you about over the weekend. 33-year-old Willie Manuel Pro has been found and arrested, accused of approaching a woman at a gas station on Victorian Avenue and telling her he had a bomb before taking her vehicle. Remember that? He faces charges including grand larceny, making a bomb threat, and battery with intent to commit a crime.
And Reno police have these two men in custody accused of burglarizing a home yesterday. Officers responded to the 2400 block of Sierra Highlands Drive around 1 o'clock. Police say a neighbor saw two men wearing ski masks climbing over a fence into a yard. 21-year-old Stephen Adams and 19-year-old Jalen Dedrick were taken into custody after they attempted to run away. Investigators say they stole a number of things, including firearms, all of which, though, have been recovered.
All this week, we've been looking into the medical marijuana dispensary licensing for Nevada. A lot of questions, and what raised a lot of attention was that licenses for 3 of Washoe County's 5 dispensaries landed within miles of each other in Incline Village. Washoe County says that process, though, was run by the state.
The state was the selecting entity in the RFP competitive process, so we had no control ultimately on the selection nor the location.
It isn't necessarily a case of the state dictating to you, well, these are your dispensaries and you have to take them, because again, we don't want to interfere with the local land use process. That's their business.
Unlike many Nevada counties, Washoe County did not require a special use permit for the dispensaries, which freed them from possible legal action, but also ties their hands in requirements for being able to deny any of the applicants. Legislative amendments to the law are expected in the upcoming session of the legislature. Maybe figure that out.
And the volunteer fire station in Lemon Valley has been temporarily shut down, and its chief is being relieved of his duties, and this is following an inspection of the facility.
I found fire trucks in disarray. I found a lot of equipment that was left unsecured, and anybody could have taken it. Thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
Chief Moore also says the volunteers failed to respond to dozens of structure fire calls, leaving other fire stations to respond.
In the last 6 months, 29 structure fires returned to Lemon Valley, and there were 0 responses. And so I am going to reform that group and try to get it stood back up as quickly as I possibly can.
And Moore plans to announce the replacement chief sometime next week.
Well, chief's got to do what he's got to do, but for the sake of the folks in Lemon Valley, let's certainly hope they find a good batch of new volunteers.
Yeah, definitely. And we did try to reach out to the man who's being replaced to get his feedback, and I think we're working on.
Yeah, it's always scary when your neighborhood doesn't have a fire station or if it's closed.
But they are protected. So.
All right.